sure, man. So to that point, was there any players and coach that had impact on you?
You know, Mark Boyer was Pat Beach, Tim Sherwin, and Mark Boyer were the three tight ends that were with me. All three of those guys kind of took me under their wing and said, "Hey, this is how you're going to act, and this is how you're going to do things." And me being the only rookie and kind of a clown and love to have fun and joke in the locker room, and I learned real quick that there's places you joke and places you don't joke. And on the field, you know, when you're laughing and smiling, it looks bad, you know. And so even though I'm serious about the game and I'm focused on the game, I always try to keep the mood a little light. But those three guys started it for me. Matt Booza, you know, some of the wide receivers. I had so many good friends when I was in Indianapolis, and they were the ones that kind of got me on the. I didn't know how professional athletes, you know, were, you know, and they kind of showed me the ropes and kept me pretty laid back, and I really appreciate those guys. And you know, then you go to Washington D.C., and I mean, how can you not have Joe Gibbs as a guy that you want to talk about the all-around professional and a man, you know, and that's the thing I loved about him is the way everybody sees him on TV is the way he is with us behind closed doors. Never cussed at us, never raised his voice. He expected us to be men. He expected us to prepare to do our jobs. And we did. I mean, look at the team that he had. They went to 4 Super Bowls in 10 years. So they were a pretty good group. But he was a major impact on me of just how to live life and be a man. You know, just you know, he demanded that we love our wives and we love our kids, and so he was a major influence on not only at the time I was there in Washington, but even when I left the NFL. You know, so
Yes,
it's always good when you get to see him. So
definitely, man. So to the point of going undrafted and going to training camp, what kept you motivated, man? Make the roster.
Well, there's not very many people that get to do that, you know. I mean, there's only 1,200 players. There's only 1,200 men in the world, you know, that get to do that.
For sure.
The motivation part was I wanted to make it. I knew athletically, you know, I could make it. I was hoping mentally I could make it, you know, because the playbooks are hard and it happens so fast that you know, that's the thing that gets most people in the NFL trouble is mentally. It's not physically, it's mentally. But just to say you did it, you know, to walk out, I'll never forget, we played Detroit, first game my rookie year. There's 90,000 people in Detroit. The biggest crowd I had in college was 12,000. And I couldn't believe it, man. I walked out there, I was like, holy crap, how'd they get all these people in here? They're like, just pretend they're not even sitting up there. You stay focused in the game and just it all falling. So it's a male ego thing, you know. I think you got a shot. You want to put your ability up against everybody else's ability, and you know. Sure. And once you make it, you kind of want to stay in it and play it as long as you can. As long as you can physically play it, and you know everybody wants to play as long as they can, and so. But what a ride! It was blast. It was a blast.
Man. 90 games, you can't complain when you're
coaching,
man.
Nope.
A lot of players don't get that.
Yeah, and you feel bad for them because a lot of the guys don't even make it 3 years, you know, and I've seen a lot of great guys come in that, you know, and then get hurt. You feel bad for them because they just don't really ever recover from the injury. And then you see a lot of young guys come in and they do something that's not real smart and it catches up with them. And you know, when you get the chance, I've always had the philosophy, if you get a chance, you got to take it. You got to follow the rules. You got to do what you're asked to do. And I'm just glad my era, we didn't have cell phones and we didn't have Facebook and, you know, all this other stuff, Twitter and all this other stuff that's out there, because it was a little bit more disciplined, I think, back then than it is now. You know, the guys have a lot more running around freedom and stuff when we didn't We didn't do that. Now, did we go do some crazy? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say we were, the choir boys either, but
So,
it was usually the guys. I mean, we didn't go out, to bars or stuff. It was usually we were all together somewhere, and so it's a little different time frames.
definitely, man.